Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, guys. So what I have for you guys today, I have another championship roundup video. So you guys seem to have really enjoyed these videos so far, so I thought I'd bring another one to you to round up this weekend's championship fixtures. So as always guys, at the start of the video I will leave your comments on screen now if you did manage to get any of the correct predictions. I think this week was quite an unpredictable week in my opinion. This week I managed to get one prediction right, so it's a slight downgrade on last week. However, every week I've done my predictions, I've always got at least one right, so I'm keeping that record going at the moment. This week I managed to guess the Huddersfield score correctly, which I believe that's the second or third time I managed to guess the Huddersfield score, so I don't know what's going on there. Me and Huddersfield, I just seem to know what Huddersfield are doing, but like I said guys, what I would like you guys to do is comment in the comments down below, how did your team play this weekend? So if you went to a match or you're a fan of one of the championship teams, let me know in the comments down below how your team played this weekend. Be very interested to know. So the first game we have to talk about is of course Sheffield Wednesday against Leeds United, so a feisty Yorkshire derby, and Leeds United managed to leave victorious with a 2-0 win away to Sheffield Wednesday. I thought in this game Sheffield Wednesday probably started out as the better team. Forestieri had several chances in this game. Obviously he was reinstated back into the starting 11 since there's been this whole fiasco with him. And I thought Rob Green did very well, especially in the first half with some fantastic saves. Throughout the whole match really Rob Green did well for this Leeds United team to keep it a clean sheet, and he pulled off some fantastic saves. I was a bit unsure really of the signing of Rob Green when Leeds United brought him in, you know. At the age he's at, I thought Leeds United maybe could have done a bit better than that, and perhaps throughout what they've shown so far this season, they probably could have. But in terms of this match itself, I thought Rob Green had a very good match. And in the end, I thought Leeds were deserved of all 3 points, really. I thought Sheffield Wednesday, especially in the second half, looked a bit off the boil today, and Leeds United were able to capitalise on that, managing to take all 3 points with a 2-0 victory. I've also seen from Sheffield Wednesday that Gary Hooper's come under quite a bit of fire from quite a lot of their fans. I mean, from this game, he looked a bit unfit, really. He looked perhaps a bit overweight as well, looked quite lazy. So I've seen him come under quite a bit of fire from Sheffield Wednesday fans lately. So what do you think of the Gary Hooper situation? Do you think he's unfit coming into this season, unprepared? Let me know in the comments down below. So from one derby to another, we now have a Midlands derby, which in the end managed to finish Birmingham 1, Wolves 3. So Wolves capitalising and managed to pick up all 3 points in this one. In the first half, Birmingham did look quite bright in this game. It was Che Adams, their new signing from Sheffield United, who managed to get on the score sheet. He managed to make it 1-0 to Birmingham and give them quite a deserved lead early on. And then Birmingham having a great first half was the complete contrast to that in the second. In the second half, everything changed. Wolves were on top in the second half, and Birmingham really couldn't get on the ball enough. Wolves were able to equalise early on into the second half with a fantastic strike from Joe Mason, and from there they just kicked on from there and managed to capitalise and take all 3 points with 2 further goals. I also think that Birmingham weren't helped in this match by Storer, who picked up a late red card for it was silly what he did really. If you've not seen what he did, it was him and another player, they were in each other's faces. Storer sort of jerked his head towards their player in a headbutt sort of action. It's not needed, and that didn't help Birmingham in the end, so Wolves definitely deserving of this 3-1 Derby Day victory. Then to the next game we have Blackburn against Burton Albion. So this one actually finished 2-2, and Blackburn have finally got their first points of the season. However, I can't feel like Blackburn could be quite disappointed with this one really, as despite them getting their first points of the season, I felt like they should have won this game. I mean, they had several chances to win this match, but not only that, it was the fact that they led twice in this match and threw their lead away twice. I think Owen Cole will be very disappointed with that. Obviously, Sam Gallagher managed to get his first goal of the season, being a new signing from Southampton on loan. Burton Albion are a team that continue to surprise me this year. They've got sort of this never-die attitude when, even when they are behind in the match, they've always got the inkling that they're going to get back into the match. And fair play to them, they managed to do that yet again today, and managed to warrant a point, really, in this game, which finished 2-2. Then to the next game, we have Newcastle beating Bristol City by a slim 1-0 margin away from home. I think Bristol City will be quite disappointed with this run, really, especially considering they've lost their last 2 matches by a very slim margin, 1-0, against 2 promotion chasers in Norwich and Newcastle. But to be fair to Bristol City, I thought they had quite a few spells in this game when they were actually on top. I think they had more possession in this match than Newcastle did. They just weren't able to capitalise on that, and I think one player who will be especially frustrated with that will be Jonathan Kodjia, who still hasn't got off the goal sheet for Bristol City this year, so he will hoping that soon he'll be able to score. Obviously, there's been quite a few clubs that have been sniffing around Kodjia this year, so Bristol City will be key to keep hold of him, but should that only be if he's able to provide the goals pretty soon. But in the end, it was Bristol City who were left frustrated, with Dwight Gale managing to win the match with a decent strike to send the Newcastle fans home happy. Then to the next game, guys, we have Fulham against Cardiff. This one managed to finish 2-2, and this was a quite lively game at Craven Cottage. I think a massive amount of credit has to be given to Ryan Sessegnon, the 16-year-old who was born in the year 2000, managed to make his debut and score in the Championship. That is just absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm older than this guy, and he's already play for a championship club and he scored in the championship. That is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that. So fair play to him. So in the first half, I felt Fulham were the better side in this game. However, in the second half, Cardiff managed to turn it around with two fantastic strikes to take the lead in this match. They managed to make it 2-1, and they were very unfortunate, actually, not to make it 3-1 in this match and not kill off the game. A Pilkington free kick was tipped onto the post. He was very unlucky not to score that goal, and it would have been the tip of them all. However, it was a late McDonald goal, which managed to even things up to send Fulham home. Pretty happy with that, I must say. I think Fulham have had a good start to the season. I think they'll build on this from here. Then to the next game, guys, we have yet again another derby. We have Huddersfield against Barnsley. This one managed to finish 2-1 to Huddersfield in the end, which I managed to correctly guess. This is the third time this season I managed to correctly guess a Huddersfield score, so I don't know what's going on there. In this game, Huddersfield dominated the first half and deservedly went into half-time with a lead. However, in the second half, Barnsley came out looking a lot stronger than they did in the first half. Obviously, in the first half, Huddersfield probably could have made it more than 1-0. They might have been quite disappointed with that. However, in the second half, it was Mawson who managed to get on the end of a massive throw-in to make it 1-1 and level things up. And throughout the course of the match, it looked like it was going to end this way. However, a last-minute winner from Huddersfield ensured their fantastic start to the season and sent them to the top of the table. And what a start it has been for them. So if there are any Huddersfield fans watching, what do you think this season has to come for you now? Because the start that you've had to this season has been phenomenal. Then to the next game, we have Nottingham Forest against Wigan Athletic. This one managed to finish 4-3 in the end, and this is the second time this season that Nottingham Forest have won a match 4-3. I think what Forest were massively aided by was having Britta Sombolonga back in the team today, and it didn't take him long to have an impact on this match. Just 6 minutes into starting this game, Britta Sombolonga managed to get on the score sheet and give Nottingham Forest a 1-0 lead. The teams then went in level at half-time with it ending 1-1, and then after that it looked like it was going to end as a draw, with 2 goals from Oliver Burke from Nottingham Forest in the second half, and then 2 goals from Will Grigg in the second half. Going into the closing moments of this match, it looked like it was going to end level. However, in the last minute, Thomas Lamb managed to make it 4-3 to Nottingham Forest to ensure them their second win of the season. I think Nottingham Forest really did need this win today. I think they've had a couple of questionable results lately. Obviously, since the first day of the season against Burton, they've not really been able to show that form, especially going forward lately. But in this game, I think it was more of a sense of relief, really, afterwards that they did manage to win this match. However, it must be said again, the Nottingham Forest defending in this match, some of the goals that Wigan scored, it really is questionable now, and you've got to be pointing the finger at that. And whether Montagnier is going to focus on defending now and stabilise that area of the pitch, I'm not so sure, because going forward, Forest look deadly, but defensively, still very shaky. I think Wigan were quite hard done by in this match. They'll feel disappointed that they were able to hang on so late into this match with a 3-3, where they probably deserved a point from this match. However, saying that, once again, it was questionable defending from Wigan for a couple of goals as well. Then to the next game, we have QPR against my team, Preston North End, and finally, Preston have managed to record their first points of the season with a 2-0 win over QPR. In this match, Preston were more than deserved winners. I think that QPR, more than anything, probably will have been a bit shocked by this performance from Preston. It was the best performance I've seen Preston play this season. And going into this match, I said in my championship predictions video, I was quite optimistic going into this match for QPR. The reason I say that is because from what we've shown from the start of the season, we started atrociously away to Reading. However, since then we've gradually got better, and against Derby I thought we more than warranted a point in midweek. However, not getting that, I think that would have spurred on the players, and there were some fantastic individual performances from this Preston team. Joe Welsh was fantastic, Callum Robinson had another great game, Jermaine Beckford was great, and Paul Gallagher as well. Fantastic performances from them, and in the end Preston were more than deserved winners. So I'm hoping now that this will be a catalyst for Simon Grayson's men to kick on now and really to get their season underway. Obviously they have now lost Joe Garner, which probably is going to be a blow. However, if we can invest the 1.5 million we got for Joe Garner, invest that into strengthening other areas of the pitch, perhaps bringing in a right back, a winger and a striker with that money, I think Preston could be in for, hopefully, I'm thinking another mid-table season. And QPR really looked off the pace in this match. I know their manager Jimmy Floyd-Hasselbank blamed it on being tired. However, only being 4 games into the season, that's probably a bit of a concern. Then to the next game, we have Reading against Brighton. This one managed to finish 2-2, and I must say I didn't see this one coming. It was a great free kick from John Swift which gave Reading the lead in this match, and in the first half, Brighton really did look off the pace. I mean, they're coming off this game with 2 successive 3-0 wins, so going into this one I thought they'd be riding on their confidence. However, in the first half they really didn't show it, and I think Reading probably could have capitalised on a couple more chances they had in the first half, so Brighton did it well to keep it down to 1-0, which then allowed them in the second half to get back into this game, obviously finishing 2-2 in the end. Reading going into this match, I feel like Reading would have taken a point going into this match. However, as how the game progressed, Reading perhaps would have been a bit disappointed that they only managed to get a point in the end. And obviously they weren't helped by late on Joey van der Berg managed to get a red card in this match. I'm not going to comment on that, but that could be one of many this season for him. And then to the next game, we have Rotherham against Brentford. So this one managed to finish 1-0 to Rotherham in the end, and I wasn't really expecting this one, really. So Rotherham now do have their first win of the season, so I'll be interested to hear from some Rotherham fans, of course. A lot of people are tipping Rotherham for relegation this year, and you know, rightly so. I mean, looking at the squad, they could struggle this year, but their first win of the season now against Brentford as well is certainly no easy feat to do. Brentford, I feel like, will be disappointed in this one. Obviously, they're coming off the back of 2 successive victories as well, so they'll be disappointed going into this one that they've not managed to pick up anything from this match, especially as they dominated the possession in this match and the shots as well. So I feel like Brentford actually didn't play too bad in this match, and they probably did deserve at least a point in this match, but saying that, they couldn't finish their chances today, and fair play to Rotherham. Then to the next match, we have Derby County against Aston Villa. So in this match, this was of course at Derby. Aston Villa probably had the better of the first half. They actually hit the crossbar twice in this match, so from that aspect, they were quite unlucky not to get on the goal sheet. And in the end, this game just fizzled out really. Both teams had similar amounts of possession and shots as well in this game, so a draw probably the right result in the end. Derby, their performance dipped as the match went on, I felt like, but early on in the season, we can't really read too much into performances like this. Of course, both teams will be looking to bounce back next week. And then to the last game being played on Sunday, we had another derby, so that's 3 or 4 derbies we've had this week. We've had absolutely loads of derbies, but this one managed to finish level between Ipswich and Norwich, ending 1-1 in the end. Both teams set up pretty similar in this match, and it was Cameron Jerome who managed to get his first goal of the season for Norwich, managing to bag his first goal, and he's come under quite a bit of pressure lately from Norwich fans. Of course, Norwich in the market at the moment for a striker. I've seen they've been linked to Mbakani lately. They're hoping to get him back because they are quite light going forward at the moment, especially in the striker region. However, Cameron Jerome proved some of his doubters wrong today, managing to get on the score sheet, and in the end, it was probably a warranted result, this 1-1, I felt like. Norwich probably had the better of some chances, however, as a performance as a whole, I thought Ipswich did well as well, so a draw is probably fair. So now, guys, that will now wrap it up for this video. So if you have enjoyed, make sure you slap a like on the video. It is always massively appreciated, guys. Also, as well, make sure you subscribe for regular Championship content. Leave a comment in the comments down below what you thought of your team's performance this weekend. I'd be very interested to know. But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.